Two of the most common international tax forms that a U.S. person may have to file each year is FBAR and FATCA Form 8938. One very common question we receive here often is whether the taxpayer has to file both forms. The answer is it depends. While the forms are similar, there are some differences between them, and so just because a taxpayer files one form doesn't mean they have to file the other form. Also, if the taxpayer files one form, that doesn't count for filing both. So I'll give you an example. Let's say the taxpayer has foreign bank accounts. Well, assuming that they meet the threshold requirements for filing the FBAR and the Form 8938, then they would have to file both forms to report the same asset in the same year. But let's say a person instead has, they own direct ownership of stock. In that type of situation, they'd have to file the Form 8938 FATCA if they met the threshold, but they wouldn't have to file the FBAR unless they own the equities, for example, in excuse me, in an account. So like a Vanguard overseas account or something like that. Another common situation, the difference between the two, is if the taxpayer has a financial interest or not. So if the taxpayer does not have a financial interest in the account, they may still have to file the FBAR, but not Form 8938. So for example, an employer might have put a taxpayer on the account as a signatory. In that kind of situation, if they meet the threshold, they'll have to file an FBAR, but they don't have to file Form 8938. So in other words, while the forms are similar, you may have to file both forms in the same year, maybe not, and you may have to report the same asset on both forms in the same year.